Most of my Saturday in the city. In the morning I dyed my hair black, and then I went to a secondhand shop and to cafes to read my book and to journal a bit. And I wanted to try on the secondhand pieces that I found, but I also wanted to show you the pants that I'm currently wearing. I bought these last weekend also in a secondhand store for only €1, and they just fit perfectly and they feel so good. Like, it's 30 degrees outside and I wasn't today, so that was really nice. And I also didn't try these on, so I'm kind of hopeful for the pieces that I bought today. This is the jacket that I found for €3. I don't know if you can see, but it's like shimmering and very, very light and very big. This is how it looks. This reminds me of like how people dress in Tokyo. These are the pants. They're like very slim, and I kind of wish that they were a little bit longer. I'm very happy with the jacket, and I think I will go back there regularly because it's a secondhand shop where people bring their stuff and you can tell. I dyed my hair blue-black. Like, I used a dye box from the drugstore from Sias, and it's black-blue. And it's the first time that I dyed my hair where I actually think that it's black and not like a dark brown shades coming through. So I wanted to do some changes around here, and I thought of putting the bookshelf here in the hallway because I thought there's still enough space to kind of walk around, and we don't have so many like possible spots for the bookshelf because most of our apartment is like this. This lamp is one of my favorite things ever because I bought it from a secondhand store when I was living in Hamburg. Pay for my first like full-time job, and it always reminds me of how proud I was and how I was carrying this for like half an hour through the city. And I wanted to have like a more prominent space for it, and also we have such a cozy light in it. And it was just standing here. We weren't able to plug it in here. I thought of putting it here. I think this would look cool. We had the bookshelf here before. I think it's chic, but I like that it has like a space, you know, like this space belongs to the lamp. But I kind of think that it would be better if I would plug it in here. I don't know why. This is how it looks now. Now let's do the bookshelves. This is my favorite shelf at the moment, just because I recently bought The Goldfinch. I already read this at the beginning of this year, but I read a copy from the library and now I bought it secondhand for like €4. And I think it's so pretty. It just really sparks joy that this kind of stands out. And this I also turned because I think it's pretty and because I want to read this next, I think. These I also read this year and I really loved the adult. This I also enjoyed, but I don't think I would recommend it. Okay, I'm all done. It took me like an hour and I kind of love it. What do you think? This is our kitchen. This is the hallway. There's still like enough space to go here. And this is the living room space. I like it because it looks very reduced now. And we have a light here. And it also looks nice from, like, when you look at it from the stairs. I'll show you. I think it has a good vibe, you know? Like when you come down in the morning. I like it. Yay, it's like the best when you're in the mood to change things and then they actually turn out good. I hate it when I have to like go back and redo it. But I think it's always like a good idea to, like, I love rearranging my room because it gives me like, I don't know, it feels like rewiring my brain. Hello you guys, I made myself a little filter coffee and I wanted to show you all the secondhand books that I bought recently. I bought a lot of books for what I usually buy, but I went to a secondhand store. I had a lot of books that I wanted to order from Medimobs, which I haven't done in a long while, and I also found one yesterday in a secondhand store. So let's just start. There's two books that I want to show you. This I actually got from a street library. These are two books by François Sagan, which is a French author who wrote Bonjour Tristesse, which is like the ultimate summer read. If you haven't read it yet, I can only recommend it to take Bonjour Tristesse with you to your summer vacation, like, and read it in the heat while drinking coffee in the morning and like eating a fresh fruit with the coffee, and then you should read Bonjour Tristesse. I don't know what these two books are about, but I always like to read François Sagan in between. These are like very modern, light reads. This I found in an Oxfam secondhand shop. I think in English it should be Where I Was From. And it's about her upbringing in California. It's focused on California. The last Drandidian book that I read was Slouching Towards Bethlehem, and there were some parts that like are really stuck in my mind and that I think about all the time. There's like this one quote that I will probably never forget. Some like in between chapters that just I couldn't connect with. So I'm kind of happy that I'm reading her in German now, because I always find this a little bit like easier to grasp. Then the next one that I bought, that I have actually already read this last year, The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and I read it from the library, like I borrowed it from the library, so I didn't have this at home, but I absolutely adored this book. I read all of her books, but I don't know if I have a favorite, but I really, really adored The Goldfinch, and I also remember it vividly, like the storyline, how it felt reading it. I have all the pictures in my head, and I wanted to own it. I had to have it on my shelf, you know. Yeah, I'm happy it's back with me. Next book is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I hope I pronounce it right. My friend recommended it to me. I think I will read this very soon, and I love the cover. That's so pretty, right? It's also in German. The next book that I ordered on Medimobs, which is like a secondhand book platform in Germany, is The Possessed by Witold Gombrowicz. Witold Gombrowicz is a Polish author, and I think this book has been published in 1973, but it has actually been written like in the 1930s and published in newspapers. And the last part of the story, which is so interesting, like people read it and they didn't know how it would end, and then like 40 years later the chapter has been found and published. I finished this today in the morning and I loved it. I want to read everything by Witold Gombrowicz. This was, by the way, recommended by Melissa on YouTube. This book is about how you get to know yourself despite, or like, although everyone's watching. You know, despite, like, people may have an opinion of you, also like based on your actions, and you try to find out whether you're actually that person or if it's just like one side that they see of you. Then the next one is also, I think, the last one, and it's very, very short. I think it's 90 pages, and it's, yeah, short, 90 pages, and it's by Stefan Zweig, and I also don't know anything about this. I just loved chess, and I want to read this next, I think, because I just finished this today, so I think I will follow up with a very short read.